Hey everybody, Rabbi Hirsch here with your very first edition of Comcast. That stands for Commentary Screencast. And it's our way of helping you understand some of the deeper issues that are going on in the text beyond what we see each and every day together in Chumash. We'll use Comcast to help us understand what the commentaries have to say about some of these big issues to help widen our understanding of what's going on in the course of our Torah studies together. So let's take a look here at the very beginning of Perek Mem Bet, which brings us face to face with a famine that has taken hold of Canaan and has affected most of the people living in that area, including Yaakov and his family. This is the very beginning of Perek Mem Bet. Vayar Yaakov ki yesh shever b'Mitzrayim. Yaakov saw that there was grain being sold in Egypt. Egypt was not affected by the famine the way other places near Egypt were. Vayomer Yaakov levanav, and Yaakov tells his sons, Lama titra'u, why do you appear satiated? Well, satiated is just a big fancy word for full. So what Yaakov seems to be saying here to his sons is, why do you appear so full? It's kind of a strange thing to tell your sons. So the big question we have to understand here today is, what was Yaakov trying to communicate with this very peculiar phrase, Lama titra'u, why do you look satiated? Why do you look so full? Let's start with the commentary of Rashi, a medieval French commentator who lived in the very end of the 11th century, very beginning of the 12th century, and we're going to study Rashi's commentary very closely this year. Rashi sees here, in these words, Lama titra'u, a criticism that Yaakov is giving to his sons. Lama titra'u, Yaakov tells his sons, why do you look so full? Well, the truth is, they were full. They were full because they had food, whereas others around them did not. The problem here was that even though they had food, they didn't share their food, and they acted haughtily to others who didn't have food. Well, we're fine. We've got food. I guess you don't. It's terrible for you. So Yaakov is giving a criticism to his sons. Just because you have and others do not have does not give you the right to go around making them feel badly. In fact, this is the total opposite of what you should be doing. If you have, you shouldn't be making them feel badly about what they don't. You should go out of your way to help them enjoy some of the things that you do. We'll talk more about this idea because it's pretty deep and needs a little more interpretation together, which we'll do when we finish with the Comcast and come together as a class. So that's Rashi's commentary. Ramban, a Spanish commentator living around the same time as Rashi, just a little bit later, has a totally different approach. Lama titra'u, why are you acting so full? The truth is, they didn't have any food. They were just like everybody else. They were suffering as a result of this famine. But they acted like everything was okay. That to Yaakov was a very bad sign. He therefore criticized his children by saying, why do you act like everything's okay? Everything is not okay. You need to come to grips with the reality here and realize that we are suffering just like everybody else. Why do you act as if nothing is wrong? We come now to the third commentary over here of Sforno. Ovadia Sforno lived in Italy around the 1400s. And he actually isn't clear as to whether Yaakov's family had food, like Rashi, or didn't have food, like Ramban. One thing that is clear from Sforno's commentary is that Yaakov is upset at his sons for a different reason. He criticizes his sons here for waiting for someone else to take action. It seems that they may have had food, but that their food supply was running low, and therefore the family would have to go to Egypt to buy food. What Yaakov was worried about is that none of his sons seemed to be showing any kind of initiative, any kind of energy on this issue. And they were just kind of waiting around for the other person to do it. You do it. No, you do it. No, you do it. What Yaakov said, Lama titra'u, why are you guys acting like everything's okay? Our food supply is probably going to run out soon. Someone's got to step up and take charge of the situation, and it's not going to be me. It's going to be one of you. So what Yaakov here is doing is criticizing his sons for not taking action and not being decisive about going to Egypt to buy food. So when you put all three of these commentaries together, one thing they all share in common is that there's a criticism here that Yaakov is giving his sons. The question is, what is he criticizing them for? According to Rashi, he's criticizing them for the attitude that they show about the way they act towards others. Even though they had food, they treated others badly and looked down on them and made them feel wanting for the things that they didn't have. According to Ramban, they didn't have food but acted like they did. Also, a character flaw in his sons. And according to Sforno, none of the sons seemed to show action in realizing that the situation wasn't so great and needed to be addressed by going to Egypt to purchase food. These are some of the views that we'll explore a little bit more closely together in class. Right now, you can turn the Comcast over to the next student who's waiting and return to your Chumash studies.